Hello everyone, in this video I will be doing a review of the patch notes for Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League Season 1 Episode 1, which were announced Thursday this week. I will be going over the major changes and additions, what's good, what's bad, and what stuff I would have liked to see that is missing from this patch. The first and most important thing this patch brings, which is what everyone is excited for, is a new playable character, the Joker. From what we've seen so far, his gameplay looks extremely fun since he's flying around with his umbrella and dropping explosives below with his traversal attack. He has a talent tree based on 3 different playstyles: Jester, Firestarter and Ringmaster. Jester is his melee focused playstyle, Ringmaster is his traversal focused playstyle, and Firestarter is a completely new type of playstyle which introduces the theme of affliction specializations in the game. Joker will have a special affinity for fire, so he will naturally be the most suitable character for fire builds. I think the new character looks very promising as he has melee and fire focused playstyles which seem to be kind of lackluster so far in the game. We are also getting a new version of Metropolis based on the Joker's theme, and of course a new Elseworld map for Incursion and Mayhem missions. Season 1 also brings us new legendary, notorious and infamous items which I'm very excited for. In episode 1 we are getting a new infamous set based on the villain Scarecrow, and notorious items based on Mad Hatter, Dr. Poison and more. We are also getting a new firearm manufacturer called Intergang, which specializes in close range, high damage weapons that shoot multiple projectiles with every shot. These seem perfect for applying stacks of debuffs on enemies quickly, such as the stacked deck trait. While new items and a new manufacturer sounds cool, we need a way to be able to craft the legendary items we want, because right now there are way too many unique traits and too many firearm categories and manufacturers. This makes it very difficult to get a specific firearm trait in a specific weapon type made by a specific manufacturer. Besides new loot, we are also getting new mayhem and assault missions, as well as a new type of incursion called combat incursion, which are combat focused missions. Along with this, we are also getting new mutators such as Green Lantern shields and enemies returning from the dead. Hopefully this will be less annoying than the boom and affliction immunity mutators. The new Mayhem mission is focusing on the Green Lantern Brainiac fight, which is in my opinion the best boss fight out of the 4, so it should be fun. I am disappointed that we are getting reskinned boss fights instead of actual new ones, but since there are 12 more Brainiacs we have to defeat, this means that eventually we might be getting some completely new boss fights. All of this sounds good, but we'll have to see how engaging the new mission type is, because that has been one of the major issues with the endgame loop when the game was released. Another key element that is coming with Season 1 is the first Battle Pass, which will reward us with a ton of new outfits, banners, win poses and more. Reminder that the Battle Pass is cosmetic only and it features a free and a premium track. For the Season 1 Battle Pass, we got a sneak peek at some of the cool outfits, mainly the Wayne Tech family of outfits. These look pretty cool and the Deadshot one will be obtainable for free from the Battle Pass. I think the Battle Pass system in this game is well designed as it is cosmetic only and it has both a free track and a premium track. In my opinion, it is the least predatory form of monetization they could have implemented. Reminder that all the post-launch content for this game will be free. Looking at a list of changes in this patch, some of the more notable ones are lowering the requirements for completing the endgame introduction. This is a great way for new players starting in Season 1 to get to endgame faster. Patrol missions grant a 50% XP boost for 45 minutes upon completion. This is absolutely fantastic and one of my favorite changes because we'll be able to farm squad levels faster and deal with high mastery levels a bit easier. The affliction immunity mutator no longer requires enemies to be hit with a critical hit to remove the effect. It is now removed when enemies take any damage. This is again fantastic and one of my favorite changes because it now allows all builds to have the same efficiency when dealing with enemies that have this mutator. You are no longer required to have critical hit chance in your build for it to work well at high mastery levels. The boom mutator no longer triggers on shield harvest or suicide strike kills. Another fantastic change. This was one of the more annoying mutators that really punished melee or close range builds, especially King Shark and Harley. This change allows those two characters and also the Joker to have more build diversity. Care packages and clan care packages rewards have been updated. This is a good change, but I still don't think these are worth the time. The clan care packages do have nice rewards, but the regular care packages are still lackluster compared to the number of drones you have to kill. Enemy snipers have been severely nerfed, making killing them way easier. This is another change that I think is fantastic because the snipers were some of the most annoying enemies and it was very difficult to kill them. Now it's actually worth it to go in and kill them to avoid suffering in the future. Besides these changes, there are also a ton of bug fixes, the most notable ones being the fixes to multiplayer, mastery progression, and a lot of other issues in multiplayer. Here are some changes I would have liked to see that are not in this patch and I think would have made the game much better. We need an increase in the inventory space limit or a storage system because there are already way too many items before Season 1 even releases, and then we will have even more items to store but still the same inventory capacity. This is because there are a lot of firearm types, a lot of traits, and a lot of manufacturers, which makes for a ton of possible combinations for all firearms. If we had a way to craft any legendary firearm, then it would be much better to manage our inventory space. I would have liked to see a buff or revamp to the other afflictions besides Craze, because some of them are pretty useless if you want to use the base Infamous set. This might change once we get more Infamous sets based on the other afflictions, but I would have liked for that to happen sooner rather than later. We need a rebalance of the enemy's difficulty. I think they made a big mistake by making them deal so much damage. I would rather have the enemies be harder to kill, but me being able to tank a couple of hits, rather than getting one shot at every step. We also need more map layouts instead of just the same map every time we play an incursion, because it gets stale rather quickly, even if the objective location gets randomized every time. Overall, I think this is an amazing patch and it has potential to bring the game back to life. I'm excited to try out the Joker and play around with different builds, and also the new Incursion mission, which sounds very fun. Let me know what's your favorite thing about Season 1 Episode 1 down in the comments, and I'll see you in the next video.